Shalom Yiladim! Today we're going to tell the story of Parshat Balak. Are you ready for an exciting story? A story about a king, a story about a magician, even a talking donkey? Well, we're in for a great Parsha story today. When the Bnei Yisrael were camping in the Midbar, one of the places that they were camping before they went into Eretz Yisrael was in front of the country of Moab. Now the king of Moab, he was not very happy at seeing Bnei Yisrael camping in front of his country. Bnei Yisrael he knew were many. Bnei Yisrael he knew were strong. And he knew that Hashem helped them in every battle that they did, they won. Well, the king of Moab was very worried. What happens if Bnei Yisrael decide to fight his country? He just didn't know what to do. Then he came up with an idea. He said, these Jewish people, they have a special power with their peh, with their mouth. They speak to Hashem. They daven to Hashem, and Hashem listens to them. What happens if we use a weapon that uses the peh as well? Maybe we won't need to use bows and arrows. Maybe we won't need to make a real war. We will attack them with our weapon of peh. That day, the king Balak got together some messengers. Here they are. And he said to the messengers, go to the magician Bilam, and I want you to send him a message. I want him to use his powers of peh, of speech, to curse the Bnei Yisrael and to make sure that they will never rise up against us. Well, the messengers listened to King Balak. Do you know how we remember who is a Balak and who is Bilam? Well, Balak ends with a k, a kuf, like king. And Bilam ends with a mem, like magician. Well, who was this Bilam? Actually, Bilam wasn't just a magician like those that bring a rabbit out of the hat or change many colors into one. Actually, Bilam was a Navi. Yeah, you heard right, a Navi. But he was not a Jewish Navi. He was a non-Jewish Navi. How can that be? Why would Hashem make a non-Jewish person a Navi? Well, the answer is because Hashem didn't want the non-Jewish nations to complain. The non-Jewish nations could say, you know, you always help the Bnei Yisrael. You give them all kinds of miracles. You give them Nevi'im. You give them Nevi'im to correct their mistakes. And they always do the right thing afterwards. Well, we could be as good and as great as Klal Yisrael if you just gave us the tools. Oh, said Hashem, is that so? You mean if I give you a Navi, then you will always do the right thing? You will follow my Torah and my mitzvot because you have a Navi? And the nations of the world said, yes, give us a Navi. And so HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave the nations of the world a Navi just like Klal Yisrael. But that did not make the nations of the world become as great and as good as the Bnei Yisrael. that Navi that Hashem gave to the nations of the world was the Navi Bilam. Well, that morning, the messengers arrived to Bilam's house. And the messenger said, "We have a royal message from the royal king, King Balak. We want you to come to Moab. And we want you to use your power of peh to curse the Bnei Israel so that they cannot rise up against us and make a war against our country." Well, Bilam knew that he could not do anything without the permission of Hashem. But he was not such a great Navi that he could talk to Hashem in the middle of the day. He could only get messages from Hashem at night. Well, he didn't want to embarrass himself in front of the messengers. So he said, "Why don't you stay with us the night? You've traveled for so far. You've traveled so long. Just rest with us tonight, and tomorrow I will give you the answer." Well, that night, while Bilam was sleeping, HaKadosh Baruch Hu came to Bilam, and he said, "Bilam, who are these people that have come to you?" And Bilam said, "These are the messengers from the king Balak of Moab. He wants me to go and curse the Bnei Israel." Well, HaKadosh Baruch Hu said to Bilam, "Do not go with them. Do not go and curse Klal Yisrael. Klal Yisrael are blessed. Klal Yisrael have my brachos. Klal Yisrael are going to be successful." When Bilam woke up in the morning, he was too embarrassed to tell the messengers that Hashem said no. So you know what? He made an excuse. He said, "Well, I can't come with you. You're just regular little messengers. I'm too important for that. If you want me to come to Moab, if you want me to come in front of the king Balak, then the king Balak needs to send very important people to come and take me. I will only go if I am escorted with princes." So the messengers went back to King Balak and told him what Bilam had said, that he will not come with just anybody. He's too important for that. And so Balak sent princes to come and get Bilam and bring him to Moab. And soon we're going to see what happens next.